Okay, this FedEx just came through, not spraying, leaving no trail. So they haven't been spraying. Out here past few days, FedEx was a little bit more south than usual, down by the Salton Sea now. But anyways, no spraying. And Ontario to Indianapolis. So as you can see, today is a non-spray day here in the Coachella Valley. And just like I was saying in one of my other videos, that there was going to be some heavy downpours somewhere, because there was so much moisture here in Southern California that hung out all week. There were a few downpours. I was driving through Awanga, and there was heavy downpour. They probably got 2 or 3 inches of rain in like an hour. The road was covered in mud and washed out a couple of dirt roads out there. So a lot of water came down in a very short amount of time. But it was very sporadic. It would dump in one area real hard, and then you drive 3-4 miles, no rain at all. And that happened to me 3 times last week, driving from the Coachella Valley to Temecula and through San Diego, where there was just sporadic downpours. But for the most part, Southern California got very little rain. But that system moved east, and by Saturday and Sunday, New Orleans, they hit New Orleans with massive flooding. So again, this just goes to show how much in control of the weather they are. They kept the rain from raining here in Southern California, kept the drought going, and flooded New Orleans. So this is where weather terrorism. Some clouds. Down there by the Salton Sea, but not much. Not much at all. But as you can see, it's clear. And jets, not a lot of jets coming through, because they're not using the Coachella Valley for geoengineering, and they haven't been. They haven't been for the past 4 days since Friday, when that system blew out of here, and then by Saturday and Sunday, it was flooding New Orleans. So this is all engineered weather, absolutely hands down engineered weather terrorism. So that's about all I have to say on that. Probably get a few thunderheads later in the afternoon, but there's still a little bit of moisture in the air. And it's dried up a lot. It was pretty nasty last week. So that's my report here this morning. I was just at the gas station. I watched this one come through. Didn't have my camera with me, but it was a FedEx, and it wasn't spraying, but I could see it. And it was LAX to Memphis. So it's now over the top of Joshua Tree and went through the valley here and left absolutely no trail. So it's probably heading to the Midwest, and it'll be spraying elsewhere. But again, not too many jets coming through. FedEx, and the only ones I've seen, it's this one here. Well, that's Southwest, and they're usually spraying. Southwest, Orange County to Denver, and that just came through. I didn't see it, so, but it left no trail. So again, just goes to show how when they're geoengineering the valley, the aerosols are on, and when they're not on. So, and as you can see, it's clear skies, totally clear skies. has been for 3 days now. But all last week, when all that monsoon stuff was here, they were just spraying all through it constantly. And reports all over Southern California, people were saying the same thing. So, again, just shows how much in control of the weather they are. I'll post another link to Weather as a Force Multiplier, Owning the Weather by 2025, written by the Air Force. It's about 80 pages, 60, 80 pages, somewhere around there. I haven't read it all, but read enough. And written in 1996. So that was, we're going on 22 years now. So I'm sure that's being fully implemented, and the Air Force is not as involved as it used to be. I have Air Force jets spraying, big 4-engine C, whatever they are, spraying. Don't see too much of them in anymore. So it's all now commercial, cargo, passenger jets rigged to spray. They're all rigged to spray anymore. So it's the new Manhattan project that Peter Kirby wrote about. I'll post some links to Peter Kirby's interviews, and he's done a lot of research on what he calls the new Manhattan project. If you don't know what the Manhattan project was, that was how they all, the making of the A-bomb and the hydrogen bomb, how they compartmentalized it all. So all the people that were working on it really didn't know what they were working on. They were just working on their little specific part of the building of the bomb. Only the people at the top knew what was going on. So that's pretty much the way it is with geoengineering. And then the ones that do know what's going on are silenced, just like the meteorologists have a gag order not to talk about the truth about the weather. How ridiculous is that? Can't talk about the weather, or the truth about the weather, put it that way. Only the scripted weather forecast by Raytheon, who owns bought the company that used to do all the weather forecasting. Raytheon now owns it. In fact, I think the Rothschilds have their hands in it too. And Raytheon is a military contractor that holds the patents to the geoengineering. So it's all tied together. They control it all. So I'll put the links to this video and you can check it out yourselves. So there's absolutely no denying that they are not in complete control of the weather. All that moisture here, like I was saying, left, and they targeted it in New Orleans just like they did with Hurricane Katrina. That was all allowed to be stalled out over there too. So if that's not weather terrorism against the population of the United States and the world, I don't know what is. And I was just reading and listening to interview Patrick Roddy, I think his name is. I think he's English, and he was saying that just Alzheimer's in England and Scotland are up 14% this past year. So what's causing that? And it's just massive spraying over there. Just massive spraying. There's several, Miss M and Charlie Mitchell and several people over there that report on what they're doing in the UK. And it's just, they're just hammering it. Just, these people are just getting poisoned daily. So anyways, enough rambling on. Okay, we have two jets coming over. Top of San Jacinto, one southwest Ontario to Phoenix. And then, see, this other one here is Delta, LAX to Atlanta. And Delta and Southwest, they're both rigged to chemtrail. So they're both coming right over the top of the mountain right now. Well, that's Southwest. We'll see if we can see him. And like I say, they're hard to spot when they're not spraying. Southwest would be over back this way more, because it was heading more south. Southeast. It started to vector southeast. It's kind of weird flight path. The delta should be straight out in front here, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. Here. There it is right there. Not spraying. They're hard to spot when they're not spraying. I lost it. Yeah, it's up awful high. Yeah, it's pretty hazy. You can't. Just goes to show how the chemtrail crap lingers in the air. You can't really tell until you look at a distance of 30,000 feet, which is what, 5-6 miles, somewhere around there. But yeah, that was Delta, had a blue bottom on it. So anyways, again, and they fly higher. When they're not spraying, they fly 5-10,000 feet higher than they do when they are spraying. So anyways, just showing how the jets can turn on and off the aerosols to where they want to do the geoengineering and spray the trails.